What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Right? Hope y'all done had y'all breakfast. Hope y'all done made them baby some eggs, some sausage, some grits, so on and so forth, right? But now it's time to talk about relationship talk, right? I always hear this notion that women love to, say, and, regurgitate about marriage, so on and so forth. A lot of women say a man knows within the first few months of dating you if you're the one, right? Y'all, I don't think that's true at all. In some cases, some men, they know and they feel like, oh man, this is a good woman. And then, it turns out well for them. But every man does not act off impulse. What do I mean by acting off impulse? Like, just because after the first few months does not mean a woman is the one. Let's be honest, y'all. In the first few months, we are all showing our best representative. We're presenting our best representative to the person that we are interested in. Sometimes you don't know a person until a year into dating. Sometimes until y'all move in together for real. Right? You don't even know certain things. Because when you're living together, there is nowhere for you to hide when you're mad at each other. Right? You can go out for some air a little bit, but you got to come back home. All right. And some people think that they got the one. Some men, oh, I got the one for me, until they see how their woman responds when she gets angry. And they say, oh my God, what the hell was I thinking about? How could I ever think that this woman was a woman for me? She calling him every name but a child of God. Right? She's acting belligerent. She's acting obnoxious, all type of ways. Because this is the first time he's really seeing her angry, and they have to sit and deal with her anger. He has to face it head on, not run from it, not leave. He sees it for what it is. So, no, a man does not always know within the first few months of dating if you're the one. That's a drastic thing, honestly. We don't know. Again, it's people that don't find out the truth about people until 2-3 years into dating. They finally move in together, they find out, oh no, this person is not a compromising individual, right? And it can seem like they are compromising when you're not living together. But when you live together, you see, oh, they're not compromising on this. They're not thoughtful. They're not selfless individuals. You find those things out. And within the first few months of dating, I feel like everybody is in a state of bliss. For the most part. Everybody is riding high on, I don't know, you're in love, right? You're in a honeymoon phase. So when you're in a honeymoon phase, everything could be good and sweet and kisses and smooches. And then after a while, you be like, hold on, what's going on? I know men who marry women off of a great feeling, off of a few months, and ended up being in the worst situation they could ever be in. Seriously. And sometimes, like some women will say, well, it's about how you pick the woman. It's about discernment. And you don't know discernment after the first few months. I don't care who told you that. Some men lucked up and they found a great woman. In the first few months. But you don't know a person like that in the first few months that well to say, oh my God, let's put a ring on it. I don't think you do. Truthfully. He know in the first few months if you're the one. No. Seriously. I've known men been with a woman a year and a half. Right? The moment they moved in, things changed. The moment they had an argument, a big argument, he saw that his woman was not a rational thinking person. He saw that his woman was super emotional to the point it was toxic. Right? And he was like, yo, whoa, what have I gotten into? So I think people just jumping into marriage quick because, hey, we've been together for some months now. We ain't had no arguments yet. Like that, let's go ahead and get married. No. And some people, I know some women will say, we don't mean getting married in the first few months, but we mean if a woman has been with a man for 2-3 years and, most men know after the first few months. No, they don't. They hope they know. They pray they know. They pray they're making the right decision. But they don't really know. Seriously, they don't really know, man. And so to say that, I think is disingenuous. Men tell women that. And sometimes that man feel like he knew. And it probably worked out for him. But some men, I've heard men in my family, I've heard men that are close to me, close friends of mine, say, I knew that woman was the one. I knew she was the one. I'm going to head rock out with this one. And the woman created hell, was an agent of chaos for them. Because they didn't know how she really got down until they became real bound to one another in that way. Because sometimes it's some people, and I'm not trying to bash women at all, but it's some women who act all accordingly until they get that ring. And when they get that ring, they act a damn fool, right? They act a fucking fool. They start acting different because they feel like they got you now. So what more is there to prove? You know? They start acting as if like they're the only prize in the relationship, in the marriage, and hey, you just here. They got the ring, so hey, they the prize, and that's it. You aren't really a prize in their eyes because they already, they got you. They don't have to keep you enamored, so on and so forth. So to say, oh, every man knew after a few months of dating, like, no, you hope and pray you do. But you really don't know, man. You don't know these people's tendencies, what they do. I've seen men get with women and after the first few months and think, oh my God, I got the best person in the world. They find out that woman has things within her that they probably aren't equipped to handle. Because you moving out the first few months of dating them. You don't know this woman has suicidal thoughts. Not trying to be funny. And a man that may not be equipped to handle those things emotionally. He may not be equipped to counsel that woman in the way that she needs. And a regular person is not equipped to counsel a person who's suicidal anyway. But some men, it may be taxing on a man emotionally, spiritually. And he's like, yo, this is way too much. I'm nervous every time I leave the house, and she starts feeling down and out and depressed. And then what may happen? You know, so, oh, man, no, man, I don't know within those first few months. I got to live with you. You know what I'm saying? Or not, if I don't live with you, I have to spend enough time with you. We have to have some type of situation. I got to see how you respond in arguments. I have to see how you respond when we're upset at each other, right? Is it all I have to give in 100,000%? Even though it was a situation where, you know, it could have been misinterpreted. You may have misread a situation, and I got to kiss ass 1,000, 1,000,000%, and you give no effort in response. It's women like that. You got to kiss ass to the heavens and to the moon because they feel like they're the prize, and they don't give any leeway at all. You know, and you don't know that within the first few months because everything is all good. Everything is rainbows and hugs and kisses and roses and chocolates and slow R&B music. The whole nine. After you get into the relationship deeper, you like, oh no, man, it's a lot with this relationship that I didn't anticipate, that I didn't expect. You know what I mean? You can say, I knew this and I knew that. No, you don't. And you get into a relationship like, oh, wow. This is something that I didn't know I was dealing with for real. You know, you be like, I didn't know this person had this within them. I didn't know they had this mean streak within them where the woman could break shit in the house. I'm telling you, I've known men who dated women that, they look good. And I thought they was cool at first, you know? And then they get with the woman later on. The woman becomes condescending to them, downing them and all that out the blue. She may be a jealous person, jealous of the attention that person gets. If the person, y'all know how this go, man. When a significant other is dating another significant other that's a people person, that's popular in whatever realm that they're in, whether it be they are popular at school, they're popular at work, they're popular and have a great social life. Some men saw that their woman was jealous of that, and they didn't know that until they lived with each other. And then whenever the man went out for a boys' night, she's scrawling her face up, she pissed off. And it's not that, oh man, baby, I don't want you. I don't need you going nowhere. You need to be in here with me. I don't need no other woman looking at you. And that ain't cute for no man. I'm sorry, no man want that, no woman that like, I don't want no woman just looking at you or nothing, and you need to stay your ass in the house. You need to stay in here with me and all. Yeah, man, some men don't find out these traits exist in their woman until they already in deep. So all of that, all he know within the first few months of dating, that's some shit a man said when he was in love with a woman and it worked out. Okay? There's a lot of men who thought they had the one and they didn't. So and he claimed he knew it in the first few months of dating. They 2 years in. The moment they get into they start living with each other, the moment the ring come on, all hell breaks loose. You know, all those things, man. I've seen men thinking they had the one, get in a relationship with a woman, the woman move in, the woman is just like, she don't want to do nothing in the house. She don't want to lift a finger like that. She becomes spoiled. The man do everything in the crib. She don't do nothing. I've seen men move a woman in with, thought she was the one, move a woman in with his kids. She mistreating the kids, all type of crazy shit. I've seen that. I've seen men date women who they thought was the one, reveal things that their children have disclosed to them. Things that are private within a household. Reveal it to other people outside the household. And break the trust of the family circle. Because he don't know his woman is a chatterbox and she like to tell every fucking thing. Everything, every single thing that happens, she like to spill the tea to people who don't belong in certain business. You know, I've seen a family get disrupted by a person like that before. So all of that, a man knows in the first few months of that. I've seen excellent women and men. I've seen great women date great men, and they marry, and it becomes a beautiful union, right? And I've seen people get married fast and all that, and it work out. I've seen people get married really fast, and it turns into a shit show. Okay, so I just want to let everybody know, all that a man know within the first few months of dating, a man knows. No, he don't, baby. He pray he does. He pray he making the right decision. He pray he does. You know, so all of that, oh, he know, man, listen. You don't know. I've seen a dude I went to college with talk on social media about him thinking that woman was the one. They fell in love fast. A few months after they got married, she's sleeping with the dude on the job. She sleep with the other dude and that dude, and he thought she was the one. Thought everything was cool. She was jealous of his son. So when she had kids with the man, she didn't want the other son coming around talking about he looked too much like his mama. I've seen it. I'm telling you, man, is people that did, and he thought the girl was the one. He was infatuated with her. Thought everything was all cool. And it was until the marriage happened, or leading up to the marriage. Some things happened before the marriage. There should probably, I'm sure, that he shouldn't have pressed forward within it. But he's in the first few months of dating, he said everything was all good, fine and dandy. He was in love. He was smitten with the woman. And sometimes men be smitten with a woman. They don't recognize what's going on. They don't recognize, hey man, this is not a good situation for me, man. This person is not a good person. You know what I mean? This person is really a manipulative soul. I'm stuttering and stuff, but yeah. Person is a manipulative person all across the board, and I've seen men date women who love to manipulate. Again, I've seen men in my family date supreme manipulators, and they like, oh my God, whenever she don't get her way, she just start crying, acting like she just a victim all the way around, and then I can't even, I can't even get a word in without her saying she's painting me to be without her saying I'm painting her to be the villain. I know men who dated narcissistic women like that. And they didn't know until a year and a half in. Because certain things didn't show. The moment that the best representative wears off, the person's true image comes forth, and they're like, oh my God, I don't like what I'm seeing. But I've known men, you know what I'm saying, who date women who the woman cry whenever she don't get her way, to manipulate the situation, talk about, oh, you paid me to be the villain, when you the one acting a fucking fool. Cut it out, man. Cut it out. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.